here, before there was a universe, he was. Before there was time, he was. Before there was light, he was. Before there was sin, he was. Before there was pain, Jesus, the light of the world, was. And so that preeminence, that priority, that coming before it all these other things takes place before the fall, before the creation of man, before any of this takes place, he was already. So there's nothing that you can catch him off guard with. There's nothing that you can surprise him with. There's nothing that he doesn't already know about or has experienced. He made it. That's right. Yes, sir. Who knows more about it? Not Chad, but the Christ. Who knows more about it than he does? Family, John does not begin with the gospel with a manger or genealogy or a miracle. John begins before Bethlehem, begins before Nazareth, before Abraham, before Genesis. He opens the curtains of time and says, in the beginning was the Word. John wants us to know that Jesus did not start when Mary gave birth. Jesus stepped into time at Bethlehem, but existed before time ever began. And that's what we wrestle with. It just seems too hard to believe. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. But he is the logic. He is the Logos. The Gospel of John is written so that we might believe. That's all John really wants to address, is to remove the skepticism, is to remove the doubt, is to remove you waiting and looking for someone else. As John said, is you the one? Or do we look for somebody else? Are you him? When I come into this sanctuary, lifted up my hands, raising my voice, and talking about the goodness of him, are you him, or am I wasting my time with all of this? Am I just showing up? Am I just making an appearance? Am I just going through the rituals? Am I just going through the motions? Or are you who you say that you are? And if you are, then you are deserving of, you are worthy of my worship, my surrender, my obedience, my trust, my sacrifice, my whatever goes with that, you're worthy of all of it. Paul says it this way, and we say it all the time. He said, therefore, by the time he gets to Romans chapter 12, therefore, since this is the case, since he's done all of this for you, justify and save you, then it is your reasonable service that you should surrender your life. Present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. Why? Because he saved you. He created you. Everything there is, he's responsible for. And if he's that God, then we had better learn how to believe him. John wants us to know that it began in eternity past. The Gospel of John is written so that we might believe. He can't force us. He can't make us. And the most challenging time that you have to believe is during the most challenging times. It ain't a whole lot of believing required when it's all good. Ain't a whole lot of believing required when it's all easy and you're feeling nice and all things are well, the bills are paid. It ain't a whole lot of believing necessary for that. But John does not want us believing in a small Jesus, a created Jesus, a religious Jesus, a motivational Jesus. John wants us to believe in the eternal Son of God. That's where I want to be. Not the small one, but the big Jesus. Not the insignificant that the world speaks of being a prophet and a good teacher. No, but the life-changing Jesus, the dead-raising Jesus, the miracle-working Jesus, the feeding of the 5,000. That's the Jesus I want to believe in. That's the Jesus that we should be focusing on, and that's the Jesus John wants us to believe in. Because that'll solve a whole lot of the pressure that James was talking about. And James learned it from his brother, I'm sure, of how to handle it. And that's why he spent the whole letter teaching us how to do it. It's who and what you're believing in that's going to handle the pressure. You ain't. You can't handle it. If you could, you'd have did it a long time ago. It'll never happen. Today's big idea is this. Jesus is not part of creation. He is the eternal Word who created all things, reveals to us who God is, gives life because he is life, and shines light into darkness, the darkness of confusion, the darkness of not knowing when and if, the darkness of not knowing what tomorrow really holds, the darkness of not knowing what the future of this diagnosis the doctor gave me is going to be. How long will I have to deal with this pain? How long will I have to suffer with this? It's the darkness of confusion and the not knowing and the doubt and the worry. That's the darkness that he deals with us. And he comes to bring light to that no, you don't have to worry about that because I'm a healer. No, you don't have to worry about that because I'm a provider. No, you don't have to worry about that because I am peace. No, you don't have to. I come to enlighten, because in the dark, you don't know what peace is, joy is. You don't know where the happiness is. You're looking for it, bumping around, only frustrated in the darkness. And Jesus comes in and here's the door.